Well, hello, YouTube. How are you doing? Welcome to the podcast. It is Friday. I am Sparkle Smith. I am a coach, inspirational speaker, a best-selling author, and I'm here to encourage you, inspire you, enlighten you, guide you, and direct you. So, just wanted to come on briefly. I don't think I've been all week, but I wanted to come on and share a piece of wisdom that I've actually, I won't say encounter because part of this I knew, but it just solidifies interest and it's good. Hello, Akila. How are you doing? Welcome to the broadcast. If you're not following Miss Akila, follow her. She has an upcoming book coming out soon. Stay tuned for that. Um, if you're ever dealing with a narcissist or someone with narcissist behavior and you want to understand how to avoid them and avoiding the pain that it caused, you want to get her book. And you put in the chat the name of your book, Akila. So she's going to put her book in the chat. So please follow her and look out for her book that's coming out very, very soon. It's in the making. You want to stay tuned for that because that's a hot topic, narcissism, understanding that type of person. How do we fall victim to that type of person, and how to avoid those type of people and get to more healthier people. So I was actually just finished listening to a podcast. Um, so the name of her book, you guys, is He Made Me Sick, Identifying and Surviving Narcissist Abuse. Again, He Made Me Sick, Identifying and Surviving Narcissist Abuse. Isn't that a great topic? You guys want to go out and get that topic. I'm gonna get that book when it arrives. You can also reach out to her about pre-order soon. And people in relationships, if you're in the wrong relationship, it can give you a headache. It can make you physically sick, all the time, and that's not a place you want to be. So you can learn a lot of wisdom from her in her book. And so, and also, if you guys are interested in writing a book and you want to develop a book and you don't know where to start, or you're at the beginning and end, I work with different people at all areas of life at any stage of their book. If you need a book coach to motivate you to start the journey or to finish up the journey, you need motivation to finish up the journey, you can reach out to me at sparkle1media.com. But I was just coming from a podcast that was totally opposite of the narcissist. Have you guys ever heard of R.C. Blake's? There was R.C. Blake's, Felix Anderson, and David Burris, and they had a podcast called the Cold Podcast, and it was talking about the opposite of what a narcissist is, and what is the key signs of a good man, and how a good man honors his wife or his woman, and how a good woman honors her spouse, and just greatness and individuality. So there was something that actually I already knew that one of the speakers spoke out, and it said that value is innate. It's something that's already inside of you. So before you were born, God said, "Let there be light." Right? Before you entered into your mother's womb, He knew you. He called you, designed you with a purpose, and set you apart. So before God said, "Let there be light," He knew His purpose and plan for you, and He designed you, meaning He created you with value. If you struggle with thinking that you're a unique person or you're distinct and there's something about you that's different, um, look at these fingerprints. There's no one on the earth that has ever lived and that ever will live that has the same fingerprints as you. God distinctly made you unique right down to the very fingerprints on your hand. Listen to me. No one, science has proven it. No one that has ever lived, that's passed away, no one that will live, and no one that is living has the exact same fingerprints. So God specifically designed you with purpose and value, but it's our um, responsibility to seek it out. And so we have to seek out the mysteries. A lot of times we're looking for wealth, but wealth is on the inside of us. What do we have on the inside of us that we can use now? Because part of wealth is planning, and you're in the planning stages. If you're planning for your business, if you're planning to complete your book, you have to be in the planning stages and the developmental stages, and you have to structure things. Because when the money comes and the sales comes and the speaking engagements come and the courses get in, you have to be ready. You have to be able to balance stress. You have to be able to manage stress. You have to handle the people. You have to have customer service skills. You have to have a grace for the people that you're dealing with. So all that takes preparation, right? Now you're not going to map out everything down to a T, but at least have some type of plan that you can be able to tweak every now and then, but some type of guide. Just don't totally go in blindly in whatever it is, your business, your social media marketing, your relationships, because in business you're dealing with relationships, whether you're selling, whether you're direct selling, whether you're coaching, whether you're sharing about your book, whether you're teaching a course about your book. So you have to be prepared, and it's about a relationship. But you got to know your value. You got to know your individual value as a human being, and understand that your value, and that nobody coming and nobody going to take a break of your value. And I'm going to have you come on, Akila, soon and talk about the narcissist, how a narcissist can devalue you. Um, and I don't know a full scope of a narcissist, but I know some. I can pick up on some behaviors of a narcissist, but I know that a narcissist person doesn't really bring value to the table, and they can devalue you and second guess your value and your greatness. And a lot of times, we as human beings, men or women, are looking for someone to bring value in our life when the value is already there. And so we got to accept our God given, God ordained, before the foundation of the world value. It's inside of us, right? And even your value in your business, right? So you have all different types of people. And I was sharing this with you, Akila, earlier. We have to value our own worth, even in our business. Whatever our prices are, we have to know that we have value, and whatever we charge. Like a good friend of mine said, don't get, when I first started in business, she said, don't get into people's pockets. Don't say, well, I'm going to charge this low amount, so because people can afford. She said people are going to afford what they want to. There's some people that don't want to buy certain things. That's just their choice, but they'll go spend $400 and $500, sometimes 1,000 on a designer handbag, because they see the value in that. Even though that handbag is going to wear and tear away, it's not going to love them back. And I teach people even in book coaching, because I coach people, not only my author, I coach people and teach people on writing their book. And so I tell people, when people say, oh, it's too high, well, maybe I'm not the right person for you. But let's see it as value. Let's see this book as something different than just a handbag. Because some of those same people will post on their social media that they bought $1,000 handbag, or they paid this, or they spent a couple $100 on their hair. And so I'll say, well, you got to think of it as an investment. The handbag is on wear and tear. It's not going to love you back. It's not going to give you the money back. When you invest your money into creating a book, you get royalties. So your children or whoever you live your living will and testament to, they get the royalties and the book. When you pass away, that book is still making money for whoever you're leaving the money back, right? When you get the book, you're going to get sales. So you're going to get the money back that you invested in getting the book done, right? A book is not just a book. It can be a business. It can be used for coaches, for coaching people, teaching courses, for speaking engagements. People get t-shirts as a result of their book. They get hats and paraphernalia. So there's so much that products and services and courses that can be created as a result of that book, which is income, right? So you're going to get that back and more if you work at it and market your plan. So the book coaching or whatever that you're investing in yourself is valuable. You got to see it as value, because it's going to actually produce a return on your investment. The handbag is not going to produce a return on your investment. Your hair, I mean, it's good to get it done to keep it healthy, but I mean, if you're spending $200 just to get your hair done, or some people, if they're getting like a sew-in or something like that, they're spending 500 because the hair is human and it's supposed to be the best. I mean, it's going to look nice for a while, but after a few months, there's no return on investment. You're going to have to pay some more money to get it done. So if you look at it like that, it can leave an inheritance. Investing in yourself for your book or your business, when you invest in the coaches or you invest in your business, it's leaving an inheritance for your children, children's children, and whoever you leave your living will and testament. And it's putting a return on your investment. And that's how you have to see the value. You got to see the value even in your own self before someone else. See, we're looking in the lens of what we saw. We saw a couple. They looked in love. Our friends told us that, that's what love is all about. We saw the handsome guy, whoever we were um, attracted to growing up. I know when I was growing up, New Edition was a popular group, and I just loved me some Ronnie DeVoe. And so everybody in my class, eighth grade class, knew, oh, she just loved Ronnie DeVoe. Just that's all you talked about, right? So if you thinking, if you like, maybe that's not the type of person you're attracted, well, whoever it is, a famous person, right? And you're thinking, okay, this is fairy tale. I want somebody tall, dark and handsome, tall, light and handsome, whatever. To just sweep me off my feet and look at that couple. They look lovey-dovey. Well, you might get somebody attractive, but he may not be lovey-dovey. He might be, like the book that Akila is going to bring out. He might be a narcissist, right? But because you're attracted to him physically, you put up with stuff. And you're thinking because he's attractive, he's going to bring some type of value to you, but you don't treasure and understand the value that's already inside of you. You are already intelligent. You are already smart. You already had the degree. You already had the business idea or the job or whatever you had before them. They can complement it. And if you guys are on one accord, y'all have a vision, y'all can work together. But um, that just having them there, um, just for physical reasons is not going to bring any value. Uh, and if you don't know your value, sometimes you can allow someone in a relationship, and it don't even have to be an intimate relationship. It can be a family member, it could be a friend, or a coworker, or someone even in business or whatever. If you're not careful, you can let the way they talk to you, you can let just the way they handle you, the way they minimize you, devalue you. And you have to pick up on that, and you have to have the courage to either walk away from that relationship, set boundaries and set borders. Um, and because you got to protect your value, right? Because whatever's inside of you, you need it to transform other people. And you can't be so wounded because you've been mishandled that you end up mishandling other people by default. So it's very important that you understand your value, seek it out. Sometimes it's good to just be alone by yourself. And I know a lot of people fear that fear of man, fear of women growing up. They've had this feeling. No one can probably told you this, but you just feel like you just got to have a man. You feel inadequate if you don't have one. Your friend got one. People start looking at you funny if you don't. But sometimes you got to be comfortable in the skin you're in and love you, and allow God to literally be enough, right? And then when you get to that point, and then you understand your value, then when someone comes along, you can weed out the narcissist, right, Akila? You can weed out the those that are kind of off kilter. So I just want to let you know your value, understand your value, know your worth, in business and in life. And you all have a great night. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye. Oh, and also, if you want to uh, learn about writing a book, starting a book, you can go to sparkleonemedia.com and set up a session with me. Look forward to talking to you soon. Bye. Or you can also go to mymentor.life and look me up under the wonderful Tony Askins, mymentor.life platform. Talk to you later. Bye.